Welcome back. Before we begin, I want to say something important. We read your comments, we see your questions, and we understand that many of you are navigating intimacy after 50 with emotions that are complex and sometimes unspoken. So today, we're going to talk about something that many women think about but rarely say out loud. Have you ever wondered why your partner feels such a deep desire to kiss and pleasure you in your most private, vulnerable places? For some women, even hearing that phrasing can create discomfort, not because it's wrong, but because many of you were never taught that your pleasure mattered, especially not after 50. I'm Dr. Reena Malik, and after decades of working with women in midlife and beyond, I can tell you this. The meaning behind this act is often very different from what women assume. Many women quietly believe he wants this for himself. This must be about his pleasure. Why does this still matter to him at our age? But what I've seen again and again in clinical practice is something much more tender. For many men, this act is not about taking, it's about giving. Let me explain. The emotional truth most women miss. When a man focuses on pleasuring you in this way, his attention becomes singular. He slows down. He listens with his hands, his breath, his patience. In that moment, the goal is not performance. It is your response, your softening, your relaxation, your pleasure. And when he sees you respond, when he senses your body trusting him, he feels something deeply affirming. He feels needed, connected, chosen. For many long-term partners, especially after decades together, this becomes one of the most intimate forms of devotion. It says, I still desire you. I still want to make you feel good. I still see you as the woman I fell in love with. After 50, that message carries enormous weight. Why it can feel complicated for women. Here is where the emotional tension often lives. Many women over 50 are adjusting to hormonal shifts, changes in sensitivity, dryness, body image concerns, cultural messaging that intimacy belongs to the young. You may love your partner, you may trust him deeply, and yet internally you might think, my body isn't the same. I don't feel as confident. What if I disappoint him? But here is what you must understand. When he desires to pleasure you in this way, he is not analyzing your body. He is celebrating it. Men are far less critical of age-related changes than women fear. What they respond to most strongly is openness, confidence, relaxation, presence, not perfection. The biology of connection. There is also something beautifully biological happening here. The external female anatomy contains thousands of sensitive nerve endings designed for pleasure. When stimulated gently and attentively, blood flow increases, natural lubrication improves, tissue health is supported, and oxytocin is released. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, reduces stress, lowers cortisol, improves sleep, and deepens emotional attachment. This is not indulgence, it is medicine. For women after menopause, regular pleasurable stimulation can actually support long-term vaginal and vulvar health. Your body does not stop benefiting from pleasure with age. In many cases, it needs it more. A story I'll never forget. A woman in her late 60s once said to me quietly, Doctor, I don't understand why my husband still insists on this. We're older now. Why does it matter so much? Beneath her question was insecurity, a belief that intimacy should fade, that desire should quiet, that passion belongs to younger couples. But what her husband was expressing wasn't immaturity, it was attachment. For him, this act was his way of saying, I still want to give to you. I still care about your pleasure. I still see you as the woman I fell in love with. When she reframed it that way, something shifted. Her hesitation softened, her self-consciousness eased, and their intimacy deepened. Breaking through shame. Many of you grew up in households where female pleasure was never discussed. Certain words were never spoken. Curiosity was discouraged, and silence created shame. But shame is learned, and it can be gently released. Your body is not inappropriate. Your pleasure is not selfish. Your age is not disqualifying. Intimacy after 50 is not about performance. It is about connection, and connection requires vulnerability. Creating emotional safety. If you struggle to relax during intimacy, start small. Communicate openly. Tell your partner what makes you comfortable, what makes you nervous, what feels good. A simple conversation can transform anxiety into trust. Preparation helps too, not for him, but for you. A warm shower, soft lighting, a calm environment. These rituals signal safety to your nervous system, and when the mind feels safe, the body can respond fully. The deeper meaning. When a man chooses to pleasure you in this way, especially later in life, it often reflects something profoundly emotional. He is placing himself in a position of service, of attentiveness, of care. He is not dominating, he is devoting, and that devotion can reignite something beautiful in long-term relationships. Desire after 50 is not louder, it is deeper, slower, more intentional, more emotionally layered. And when you allow yourself to receive without shame, without overthinking, without self-criticism, you create space for intimacy to evolve. A final reflection. Intimacy does not expire at 50, or 60, or 70. It changes, it matures, it becomes less about urgency and more about meaning. If your partner desires to pleasure you in this way, consider what he may truly be offering. Attention, reassurance, devotion, connection. You are not past your prime. You are experienced, aware, capable of profound depth, and you deserve pleasure without embarrassment. Age is not the end of passion. For many women, it is the beginning of the most emotionally fulfilling chapter of intimacy yet. If this conversation resonated with you, stay with us, because there is so much more to explore about intimacy, confidence, and connection after 50, and you deserve answers that are grounded in science and delivered with compassion.